Hello and welcome to this lesson plan for an introduction to the Revit user interface. My name is John Harridge and I will be your host today for this lesson. This is video 1 of 5 of the Revit introduction lesson. Let's take a look at the learning objectives for video 1. In this exercise, we will explore ways of accessing tools within Revit related to specific tasks and conclude with controlling the visibility of the user interface to maximize screen area for viewing your models. Let's get started. Revit is a tool that supports building information modeling. I encourage you to invest the time in becoming familiar with the user interface to increase your productivity. In this exercise, we'll begin with one of the default project templates. In this case, we'll take a look at the architectural template. In a future lesson, we will dive a little deeper into project templates. Let's go ahead and choose architectural template. For this demonstration, please note that I'm using the full version of Revit. That includes all of the industry disciplines supported by Revit. If you are using Revit Architecture, you can still follow along in this tutorial. Just understand that you will have fewer tabs to look at. Revit organizes tools based upon a common group of tasks. For example, you can see that there are disciplinary tabs for architecture, structures, and building systems. To make any tab current, place your cursor over the tab of interest and left-click with the mouse to make it active. The active tab then displays the tool sets for that discipline or function below in what's called the ribbon area. Within the ribbon area, tools are further organized by what are called panels. In the Architecture tab, you will see the Build panel that includes many of the most frequently used modeling tools for creating architecture. Please take a moment now to familiarize yourself with the tools located on each tab. The locations of the tools will become more familiar to you as you use Revit. Now let's move on to controlling the visibility state of the ribbon tabs. We understand that many people enjoy customizing their working environment. Revit provides a means of controlling the visibility state of the ribbon tabs. Hopefully one of these modes will become one of your favorites. The main reason for changing the visibility state of ribbons is to find the right balance between access to tools and the size of the canvas window for modeling and viewing purposes. The current state of the ribbon area is the default for Revit. Let's take a look at some of the other modes that are available. The first mode that we will take a look at is called Minimize to Tabs. It means display the tab titles only on screen. When you left-click the tab, then the tools within them will appear down below. When you move your cursor away from the tools, then it collapses back to tab display mode. To expand the ribbon again for that particular tab, just click the tab again and you'll reveal those tools. Now let's move on to the second visibility mode, and this one is called Minimize to Panel Titles. And so you'll notice that the panels are now represented by titles or tabs, subtabs underneath the primary ones. And again, by hovering on that, it displays the tool sets, and when you move the cursor into the canvas window, the tools will disappear. To re-enable the tools, just simply hover over the panel tabs and those tools will reappear. The last visibility mode that we'll take a look at is called Minimize to Panel Buttons. So if you're more icon driven rather than narrative driven, you can actually just look for the build panel icon and reveal those tools. Again, it's a hovering technique to reveal the tools, and then again, like before, if you move your cursor into the canvas window, the tools will hide. But to re-engage, just hover over the build panel icon and the tools will reappear. Now, to get back to the default visibility mode, please set your visibility state to cycle through all, and then by clicking on that up arrow, you can actually cycle through the various modes, and I think it takes about 2 or 3 clicks to get back to the default mode. This concludes this exercise. Go ahead and please close out the file without saving it, and we'll look at the next steps. In review of this exercise, we learned to activate specific tool tabs within the Revit interface so that we could access the tools that we need for a particular task or function. And then we also looked at controlling the visibility state of the ribbon tab so that we can set the preferences that we would like to work with to model and view inside Revit. With that in mind, let's take a look at other Autodesk resources.